I still remember the first time we talked. Not in real life, but through a short message on social media. "Hey, your video is cute," she wrote. Just one line like that, yet somehow my heart started racing. Maybe it was because of her profile picture. Those eyes, shy yet bright, as if they wanted to say something words could never touch. We started talking every night. At first, just a few polite lines, and then gradually, long conversations that lasted until late. She told me about her job, about her dream of opening a small cafe in Seattle where people could listen to music and read books. I told her about my rushed mornings in a cramped New York apartment, about my dream of becoming a photographer, one I'd never had the courage to chase. Somewhere along the way, checking my phone and seeing her message became the first thing I looked forward to every morning. Time passed strangely fast. Each photo, each video, each call across a thin screen slowly wove an invisible thread between two people who had never met. I knew she liked iced coffee, hated liars, loved jogging in the afternoon, and cried every time she watched a sad movie. She knew I hated folding clothes, liked listening to lo-fi music, and feared silence during conversations. One night in March, she asked, "If one day I fly to New York, would you come pick me up?" I answered immediately, without thinking. I'd bring my camera to capture the first moment I see you. We started counting down the days. I cleaned my apartment, set the table for two, even bought sunflowers, the kind she said look like they're smiling at the light. And then the day finally came. I waited at JFK Airport, heart pounding like I was in a movie. People came and went, suitcases rolled across the floor, announcements echoed endlessly. Then in the crowd I saw her. No filters, no artificial light, just her, real and radiant, with eyes that felt both familiar and distant. She smiled and I almost forgot to move. We hugged, a hug that carried the scent of months spent apart. I remember her hands were cold, but my heart burned like fire. The days that followed were memories I'll never forget. Walking through Central Park, eating pizza on a street corner, taking photos on the Brooklyn Bridge at sunset. Everything was perfect, or so I thought. But after a few days, silence began to creep in. She would often glance at her phone and smile without explaining. I started to feel uneasy, a strange distance forming between us. One night over dinner, she put down her chopsticks, looked at me, and said, "Have you ever thought that sometimes we fall in love with the image of each other more than the person themselves?" I froze. She continued, her voice fading, "I don't know. If I love you, or just love how you made me feel through a screen." That night, we didn't say another word. Only the sounds of cars outside, the soft patter of rain, and the widening gap between us. The next morning, she left. No long goodbye, just a small note. Open quote, "Thank you for making me believe in love, even if only once." Close quote. I held the note, feeling the whole room grow empty. I didn't blame her. Maybe we really did love, just through memories, messages, and things that weren't entirely real. Months later, I still keep the photo from the day she first arrived in New York. I don't look at it with pain anymore, but with gratitude. Because for a moment, that love made me want to live more honestly, to trust my feelings, no matter how fragile. And whenever someone asks me, "Do you believe in online love?" I just smile and say, I believe in what people can truly feel, even if it's through a screen. How about you? Have you ever believed in a love that began with just a few messages? Share your thoughts below. And don't forget to follow for the next story. One about heartbreak and growth, where we learn to love ourselves before loving someone else.